Hello, thanks for joining us today. My name is Connor McKissick and I'm a solutions engineer at Harris Corporation. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to easily develop and deploy an NV analytic as a Geoapp on the Cloudeo store. There's three main reasons you'd want to do this. The first being simplicity. Delivering a GeoService in Cloudeo is not far from the development of an NV routine in the desktop and is actually very easy to do. Second being speed to market. Any NV analytic available today in the desktop can be pushed into the Cloudeo GeoStore in just a few days. And third being minimum investment on your part, in that the Cloudeo infrastructure offers services that enable the developer to just take care of the analytic and nothing more. So to start off, I'm going to walk you through this diagram that walks through the steps of getting your analytic published and pushed to the Cloudeo store. I'd like to emphasize that the first step on the left here, the Thing Client, Configure and Order Your UI, is completely customizable and can be tailored to different GeoServices. This service is completely managed by Cloudeo, and the developer just indicates which parameters are needed, so your date and time, your area of interest, and the span of how long you want them to be spaced apart. Once the parameters are set and the process is triggered, someone must retrieve the data necessary. Once again, as a developer of the GeoService, you don't have to worry about taking care of that. The Cloudeo infrastructure will perform the operation for you and generate an order file that'll look something like this. The order request is now sent by Cloudeo Orchestrator to the Geospatial Services Framework from Harris for the execution of the job via an NV task. The NV task invoked from the Orchestrator engine is just a generic task named NV Process Cloudeo Order that has the duty to format and pass the parameters to the specific analytic processing function, which itself is also an NV task. It is only now that the work of the developer of the GeoService comes into play. The development and installation of the analytic function in the Cloudeo platform does not differ much from the creation of an NV task for the desktop environment as stated before. More comprehensive documentation is available for NV Online Help to get you started with creating NV tasks. Analytical NV GeoServices developed for the Cloudeo system will have a minimum set of required input and output parameters. Those parameters are as such: input scene, ROI, your order ID number, and then your output folder and output raster. The general steps for developing an NV GeoService are first to write an IDL procedure that contains the data processing steps. As you can see in the example here, the user wrote a pro code that calculated the spectral index for two different scenes and then did a change detection difference map between those two images. Next, the developer is going to write a .task file. This task template maps the keywords in your procedure to the task parameters. You're going to want to save this as a .task extension for NV to be able to read it correctly. And then from there, you will send your codes to the Cloudeo store where they will put together a template that looks something similar like this. This was an app created by Harris called Urban Heat Islands. What this is doing is locating and quantifying heat islands with an area of interest and creating a standardized report. As you can see here, Cloudeo created a nice template for them where they can add their ROIs, click their start date to where they want their imagery picked, and then how long of a time period they want between their images, and then you calculated it and it gave you a price in either euros or dollars.